Kody and Robyn Brown just hit a financial wall, and it's a big one. With over $3.2 million in assets frozen, their empire is teetering on the edge, but what happens next? Trust me, you won't see this twist coming. Let's break down the shocker rocking the sister wives world. There is no factual basis or credible report indicating that Kody and Robyn's assets worth $3.2 million have been frozen. No reliable sources, news outlets, court filings, or legal reports corroborate this sensational claim. It appears to be fictional or speculative, not supported by any verifiable evidence. What is happening? Legal controversy and asset restraints. While no asset freeze matching the $3.2 million claim has been substantiated, there is an important legal action in play. In September 2024, Christine filed a lawsuit in Utah against Kody, demanding back child support, paternity establishment, and custody of their daughter. Truly, as part of that case, she obtained a domestic relations injunction which prohibits Kody from selling or hiding assets, including his home, without her permission or a court order. This effectively blocked any sale of their Flagstaff home at that time. This is the only documented legal mechanism affecting their financial actions, nothing more dramatic like an entire assets freeze. Christine's lawsuit is still active. Until resolved, Kody's ability to transfer property or other significant assets is legally restricted. A court order would be required to lift that injunction. Kody and Robyn have made considerable moves over the past year, sold property, bought new real estate, but any future transactions face uncertainty until the court dispute concludes. Rumors and sensational headlines are circulating, but they're not grounded in fact. The real story is far more nuanced, rooted in family law, child support, and court-enforced asset limitations. Insight from fans and discussion. While not evidence, fan commentary reflects broader criticism and suspicion about Kody and Robyn's financial conduct. Robyn has strategically isolated Kody from his family for financial gain. Example: Kody telling Yanel no, he wouldn't put her on mortgage because he wanted to protect Robyn's assets. They played being one big semi-happy family. Robyn is legally married and entitled to 50% of what Kody has. Spiritual marriages don't entitle you to anything. These perspectives, while only opinion, underscore how emotionally and legally charged financial entanglements have become in this family saga. In a season fraught with heartache, confrontation, and fractured bonds, Sister Wives brings viewers deep into the most turbulent chapter yet in the story of Kody and Robyn Brown. During a particularly heated episode, Kody appeared to set a boundary he thought was long overdue, declaring that he's done supporting Robyn's children under circumstances he deems untenable. The outburst, rife with emotion, highlights how fractured relationships can fracture even the closest bonds. The moment the ice broke, the confrontation unfolded in gloomy, tension-laden scenes captured for the show. Robyn, visibly emotional, appealed to Kody to reach out more to his estranged adult children. She chastised him. "They need you." Her voice weighed with urgency as she confronted the veiled fallout from 3 failed plural marriages. Yet Kody pushed back, and with raw honesty said he'd had enough. "I'm not giving attention to children who aren't open to me," he declared. Hurt and defiance fled as Robyn struggled to grasp his stand. "This isn't the first time Kody has balanced hurt with resolve," he repeated. "I'm not going to camp out on somebody's doorstep," emphasizing the strain of one-sided outreach. The episode painted an image of Robyn caught in silent torment, fighting for familial connection as she watched Kody's seemingly retreat into resignation. It was a moment both confessional and consequential, signaling a rupture where roles of father, husband, and stepfather began to collide. A father's frustrated boundaries. Kody's stance emerged not just from fatigue but decades of complex dynamics. His expressed feeling punished by his children's distance, claiming they purposely shut him out for a crime I did not commit, lamenting, "I am only guilty of not falling madly in love with their mothers." Robyn's plea, "You should be camping out on their doorsteps," revealed her belief in a parent's duty to pursue reconciliation, regardless of, but Kody pushed back, saying he needed mutual effort. "I will make the effort, but somebody else has to meet me on the other end." This stalemate points to the crux of the Brown family's dynamic. Kody has grown weary of one-sided outreach steeped in emotional ambushes, while Robyn fears that distance will corrode their legacy. Their conflict is a focal point in a family story transformed by divorces, grief, and fractured trust. Robyn, afternoons longing, and the roots of her anger. Robyn's frustrations are rooted in her own painful childhood. In one poignant confession, she recalled confronting her absentee father, whose excuses left her feeling invisible. "I was having a hard time not losing respect for you," she said, her pain echoing both past and present. Her emotional plea carried more than guilt, it carried concern for her children's future. Robyn, who legally married Kody in 2014 and adopted her children, has watched him drift away from the family she once believed they would share. Now alone in the plural marriage, Robyn battles to hold together what she once believed was enduring. The dissolution of Kody's marriages to Mary, Yanel, and Christine has left her as the sole wife, an impossible role she navigates with heartbreak and uncertainty. Estranged children and Kody's reserved love. Much of the pain lies with the grown children who've withdrawn. Kody accused them of orchestrating estrangement. "My children are punishing me," he said, echoing his belief that it's unfair to expect him to chase relationships that feel one-sided. Yet others argue the damage isn't surprising. Yanel, his ex, called his absence a betrayal to the family he helped create, pointing to a pattern that may have started years ago. In a more recent revelation, Kody confessed he prioritizes Robyn above his biological children, insisting their fractured relationships cannot come at how expense. The Reddit reactions fans haven't matched headlines, they offer emotional insight into raw reactions. "He will always choose Robyn over his children. At this point it is a one-man war. He keeps the hostilities going to show loyalty to his wife." Robyn made it clear that Kody should be doing everything in his power to have a relationship with his kids, coming from someone who grew up with a parent who didn't put in any effort to build a bond. One get where Robyn's coming from. These voices reflect a perception that Kody's retreat from his children is not only a choice but a symptom of misplaced loyalty, and that Robyn, for all her pleas, may inadvertently enable the disconnect. Is it's really over? So where does this leave the Brown family? Is Kody truly going to drop his role as stepfather to Robyn's children? The conflict runs deep, jagged by decades of complicity, silence, and emotional estrangement. Kody's words, though harsh, are born from exhaustion. The emotional labor of chasing distant children while maintaining a fractured marriage is real and painful. Yet Robyn's despair, rooted in her own childhood, is equally valid. Here, their love becomes a battleground for family, loyalty, and identity. As viewers watch Kody possibly tell Robyn, "It's over," they are witnessing a modern tragedy unfolding, a family once bound by plural marriage now dissolving under the weight of unspoken grief. What's unfolding may be a necessary separation, or it may be the spark that drives reconciliation. Only time and maybe one more emotional confession from Kody will tell. This confrontation erupts amid a prolonged power struggle between family, loyalty, and emotional exhaustion. In the latest season's dramatic episodes, Robyn Brown confronts Kody, confronting him on his growing detachment from his adult children from previous marriages. Her words echo with pain and strain. "They need you," she insists, lamenting how her respect for him is slipping as he continues to neglect those relationships. Kody responds with taut frustration, setting a cold boundary. He refuses to camp out waiting for children who have shut him out. He insists, "I'll give attention to kids who are open to me," drawing a distinct line between outreach and emotional one-sidedness. "I'm not giving attention to children who aren't open to me." He watches the distance as punishment. "They're purposefully leaving me out of their lives to punish me for a crime I did not commit," Kody says, pointing to his claim that he's only guilty of not falling madly in love with their mothers. In essence, he argues that adult relationships require reciprocity, not emotional chasing. "You should be camping out on their doorstep," she insists, holding firm to her belief that reconnection must start with him, even if not reciprocated. As tensions boil, Kody retreats physically and emotionally, storming out of their home. "I'm not gonna sit here and fight with you by these people," he snaps, referring to his estranged children. The moment of choice. Earlier, in a documentary-style confession, Kody distilled his ultimatum: "My children will always be my children, and the door will always be open to them. But I'm holding this hand that's next to me, and I won't let go of that hand." That hand is Robyn, his only remaining wife. It symbolizes an irrevocable choice. He will not jeopardize that core relationship, even for the sake of reconciliation with his other children. From sympathy to skepticism, fans have been vocal in dissecting this dynamic. He will always choose Robyn over his children. Heredita. Summarizing Kody's shifting priorities, observers also debated whether the confrontation felt scripted, with one viewer noting the argument feels kinda staged, like they did it to clear their names, lol. Another reaction highlighted Robyn's complicity. She's doing the same thing, cried to Kody, pretending to be all about the family. Kody tossed his family aside to focus on them. Layers of betrayal and prioritization. These dynamics aren't new. The rifts have been simmering for years, fueled by divorces from Meri, Yanel, and Christine, and Kody's growing emotional focus on Robyn and their children. She left the family, penned a memoir detailing betrayal felt during relocations, and revealed a secret battle with oxycodone dependency after feeling unsupported. Property conflicts. The family's Coyote Pass land became a flashpoint, with Meri and Yanel pushing back against unequal divisions driven by the number of children each had. A court settlement ultimately divided parcels among Kody, Robyn, Yanel, and Meri, reflecting the crumbling plural for Robyn. Decades of suppressed conflicts now surface with painful clarity. Her entreaties to Kody reflect both her longing for familial wholeness and her own unresolved childhood hurt. For Kody, the emotional juggling is no longer sustainable. He's accepted a harsher path of self-preservation. This is a microcosm of a modern polygamist breakdown. A family once bound by plural marriage now fracturing into isolation, blame, and unmet expectations. A recent episode of Sister Wives captures a dramatic, emotionally charged moment. Robyn confronts Kody, urging him to reconnect with his estranged adult children. Her plea is forceful. I'm having a hard time not losing respect for you. They need you. Kody, visibly exasperated, fires back. I will give attention to kids who are open to me. I won't camp out waiting on them. He refuses to engage in what he deems emotional labor without reciprocity. During the same heated exchange, Robyn bluntly states you should be camping out on their doorsteps. The tension escalates, culminating in Kody storming out of their Arizona home, only to return later and continue the emotional standoff. Harsh words. Hard reality. Kody's words sting. They're purposefully leaving me out of their lives to punish me. I am only guilty of not falling madly in love with their mothers. Further claiming gossip has driven a wedge in his family, he laments our family was killed by gossip. He clarifies in a confessional, I will work, I will reach out to, I will love those children who will allow me to do it. And in time, maybe the rest of them will come back around. His insistence, he won't chase anyone indefinitely if nothing's reciprocated. He steps back. Loyalty, loss, and limits. Robyn's emotional pleas echo her internal struggle, torn between loyalty to Kody and the bond she believes her children and their siblings deserve. While she begs him to act, he worries that doing so without mutual effort will only worsen the pain. Kody frames his position not as abandonment but boundary setting. If his children choose distance, he won't sacrifice his own well-being for emotional reaches that go unanswered. The seeds of this rupture are long-standing. Yanel reveals that daughter Maddie withheld news of her third pregnancy partly because Kody had not shown interest in her living children, saying, "Why would I tell him?" He hasn't really shown that much interest. Kody dismisses children's small talk as destructive gossip, and claims adult estrangement is rooted in hurt not fully understood or acknowledged. Favoritism and found family tensions arose earlier in the series, as Kody's home leaning toward Robyn created resentment among other wives and kids. In one recap, Kody declares they want their dad, but they don't want Robyn. That's not going to work. Entertainment Tonight Season 18's one-on-one special digs deeper. Robyn calls Kody self-sabotaging, accusing him of picking fights after personal losses. She believes his anger stems from grief and unresolved guilt. Kody admits he was angry with himself, punishing both Robyn and himself emotionally after the breakdown of his marriages. Property, Power, and Past Wives. Christine, in a memoir preview, reveals that the family's 2017 relocation from Las Vegas to Flagstaff was largely influenced by Robyn's son's college acceptance, a decision she says she found furious. She also shares that she concealed much of her emotional distress during her marriage to maintain peace. These revelations underline the systemic imbalance in the family's plural marriage setup, with Robyn's needs, educational convenience, stability, often prioritized over others. Kody's emotional ultimatum "it's over" is not just about his children, it's emblematic of a family in emotional freefall. Robyn's tearful demands confront Kody with the void his absence has created. His refusal is raw defense. This confrontation goes beyond drama. It's a study in balancing love, guilt, and emotional survival amidst familial collapse. Viewers, too, sit at the fault line, some with sympathy, others with skepticism. As Sister Wives continues to unfold, questions remain. Does closure or further separation lie ahead? In the seemingly idyllic yet fraught world of TLC's Sister Wives, secrets and unspoken truths often simmer beneath surface civility. But one allegation, delivered casually in dialogue, sent shockwaves through viewers and family alike. "I haven't seen Dad in 9 months," one of Robyn Brown and Kody Brown's children remarked. The implication? Something significant, perhaps a pregnancy or other life-altering event, might have been deliberately hidden. The family's reaction? Utter speechlessness. A fertility or estrangement mystery.